freedom.
iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. iDiskiTimes.co.za. Mamelodi Sundowns 0, Pyramids 0 in a very, very interesting game, tactically interesting game of football. It means in the group, in the CAF Champions League group that Sundowns are in, everyone is on 4 points after 3 matches. It's Sundowns, TP Mazembe, there's a team from Mauritania as well, and Pyramids from Egypt as well. So everyone is on 4 points. That means everyone has played one game. They've won one game, all of them. They've drawn one game, all of them. They've lost one game, all of them. Sundowns lost to Mazembe. Everyone is beating everyone or drawing with everyone. So yeah, it's an interesting group. There's three matches to go in that group. Sundowns have to travel to Pyramids, and I think they have to travel to Mauritania as well. And TP Mazembe has to come here in South Africa. Of course, number 1 and number 2 will go to the quarterfinals of the CAF Champions League. Interesting game of football. I hope you enjoyed that one. It ends 0-0 though. Junior Khanye, analyst, what do you make of the game, sir?
Nkululeko mabrada kunjani sathi ngibulise Justice ngibulise uPenedict Sovila kazi and ebafethi kunjani keep on supporting iDiskiTV. Fighting no one try to fix South African football. Yeah, a very tactical game. I like the knowledge between both coaches, definitely sure. Ascaling Paramix, this team came to South Africa. They show up. I mean, as a coach and a player, irrespective if playing away, show us what you've got. Tactical superior. Manga check the way but analyze Sundowns ngakona. Then when it's valley ground is valley ground. They stick together, which could there's no gap in between. Yes, in between. Defense and midfield very competent central forward players. Very difficult to go set in the Sundowns. Sundowns needed certain players, certain position. Truly speaking, Mshishi, as Kulmengo Alende, understand him. Mkwena is the holding midfield, but you have Sundowns Ageko Muntomayo, sort of. The holding, staying Ageko is more of them box to box, Kulmengo Alende and now Mkwena. Mshishi, they need a team, a final, the team, but they didn't have a speed. They can be needed intensity. It was. They needed speed as high because it's a high intensity game. It was a high intensity game, and Mshishi speed besimsha. Every time we got the ball, he lost it. We lose the ball, I lose the ball, and the Bantu Lava every time I think they plan. Sometimes when they got the ball, 2 players around him, and it's very difficult. You can't see behind them. So nobody go Sundowns bega bypasser adlule babe behind. That's why they didn't create so many chances. Because of Tropena Lomchito Ribeiro, kube better because it's speed dynamic, but you needed double Ribeiro more than 3. Or maybe 2. When a support Shalile, Mangiti needed certain position, Shishi off, Shalile off, Chapelo Masego off. He couldn't make a space for himself for Chapelo, confident less. First touch was pet. The whole game in the Mazil and first touch my pet. I'm a players I think Meleba Fund with if first touch Jacob my pet to just we say easy. This is a high standard of game. And also this team in Tebashaile, they rely go counter attack. But without the play any counter attack, you can't rely on counter attack and play one. Fakula K, he was the only player that Beba Pumangai, but without his support. You can't beat 3 players.
Isolated.
They had better chances compared to Sundowns, but he created individual. I think if there's the assistant is support to this guy, especially like they could have buried Sundowns ngala chance I took because those are clear cut chances. Yeah. I mean la umkwena wepa long ball and then umile maba receiver and then at your trapper le bola luwelela. I mean umkwena Chua Mesharish. I mean the anti-high school mistake. I mean traveler ne bola. I mean momis chachi bola. You cannot do that. Willas man. Mangabu zofunu receiver so stretch le palindako. I think coach ukwatile le polo kutazam keep because it didn't deserve to come out. It didn't have a bad game. It did very well in terms of part la bola because separation between 2 teams. And this team very good technical movement of the ball because ukutila nama situation futhi. They're very aggressive ku Sundowns in terms of bebanga alawi with but 10 okanye intimidating. They got so many yellow card, also get a red card, but it's good for them because it's 0-0. Now it group is very tough. Everybody's got 4 points. Yeah. And it was not the obvious game. Sundowns struggled because each and every game Sundowns dominated midfield. If Alende struggle and Mkwena, also Mshishi, there's no way Sundowns can dominate a game. Watekanga ma full backs and when a crisis, I think Poitel Magatola knock bebangasanalo le side le left back wing back umkhukena besaka operator les umrena operator le side lotwa risky. If these guys first half bebayibonile that thing, I think coach yachitisa these three, especially side like right naga left. Bebangayitholi Sundowns cause bekuba i-risk bebatshekele side ne one labantu baswitch ibhola kungabi ne-support match. Nkululeko beyithatha le game. Yes, right mawuthi second half omunye umuntu bekangabheka ngathi this game is boring. The level was very high in terms of tactical point, especially kuma coaches way too. It was game of questions and answers, both teams. Equality more or less the same. Players pound to pound. Just that we don't know them, but when you check the way they play, the player whereby middle number 7, Torre, one of the best player in terms of holding midfield. He's a more ball playing, actually holding midfield, who is nervous, very arrogant on the ball. He often lose the ball. Triple down the right, very dynamic, explosive. That guy, he win all the battles, especially in the middle. It was him. Sundowns. Yes, both especially I didn't see them as a team most in terms of playing, but him, it's just that they didn't have his support enough going forward. Yeah,
absolutely. Last one for me. Last time Sundowns won the Champions League was in 2016. One of the reasons why I want them to be challenged is that every single season, minus the AFL, which they won, and they deserve to be congratulated for the AFL, but the CAF Champions League is a major competition in Gumaklape, Africa. And the last time Sundowns won it was in 2016. It is important to be asked these questions in the group stages so that when you see them later again with question paper, which is Gubama last quarter-final, semi-final, you have a better way of answering them. Today, Sundowns by Ibuzo Limibuzo, and they failed to score. Although there was a tap in Kashalulile, which was offside, I think it is good for Sundowns to be challenged because clearly Apekaya with PSL, they're not going to be asked those questions. And that's my frustration with these teams are not asking them enough questions. I needed them to be challenged with it. That's why I was so willing for a pyramid even to score, for Farglake to win, so that by the time of Figa go semi-final, you are not shocked ngale mibuzo ku question paper. Uke wayibona eqaleni uqala ubhale exam ukuthi okay, it's like this kanti in Africa. So today I could say that they failed to answer the question because they didn't score, but it's a good test for them.
It built him as psychological. Sundowns players, they are strong. Tournament. That's why it's easy with iDiskiTV Premiership. Nobody want to compete with iDiskiTV Premiership with a tournament. Yes, they were asked questions and they couldn't respond. If it was 0-0 with Sundowns team that has just won Super League, it's different between the Champions League and the Super League. It's not more or less. Super League is like a top 8.
Yeah, it's a best 8 African clubs.
And they knock out. They play in knockout and Makema 3 also final and you win.
First leg, second leg, 6 matches you're in the final.
Second more or less
3 teams.
Yeah, 3 teams. And the group stages, it's home and away, very very difficult. I mean, this team number 1 currently Egypt. I'm Fetiash. Look at how they play. Asegele ama stats is league. When you check them playing, whatever bad refereeing kwamanye countries, but when I check them technically, players, especially individual and as a team as well, they match Sundowns fit. I mean, there was no way Sundowns idlala ngama pocket. Bavali ground these people. They're different with Bonamabal people, they don't opening up. But maybe away they will open up. Good analysis, especially site in Labo. It was a high standard of game and right. Manje ku Champions League kuzoba nzima for Rulani. Nkululeko is going to be
everyone knows about it.
I mean this team playing Egypt ngibabona way badlale fearless. They needed to take chances. They had a plan for this game. With okay sharp. Tina sizoyibamba Sundowns ngecounter, but the coach in them shayile ukuthi Sundowns they always had the ball, but they lost the ball too much namhlanje. Sundowns they didn't lose the ball and certain players they came to the party. Njenga Mshishi, lo mfana uThapelo Mrena, Masego. I mean also Peter Shalulile. I can tell you Sundowns maybe they win the game, but pound to pound we can't say maybe. At the end of the day, Sundowns are playing home in front of their crowd. the game was not obvious. They struggled a lot. They never dominated. Azangba dominated the game, and they were asked questions right. Almost got punished, especially when Lake Lapa. Not only that, people like Kona Nili Pola Balbang outside foot. We connect. If that guy take a decision, he would tell the right foot. The guy was alone there. They were supposed to punish. Sometimes not clear chances. Begobama Pola Pabulayo and make it very difficult, especially I'm forget about Cholang. The team was very narrow to each other and good plan for a coach. I very difficult to get good Champions League, especially with this which is a winner. Ireland is going to be difficult, really, really. And then you take me last good cup. You can't be so smart. Gomanyama situation. I mean, all the last man just kicked the ball out Sicily, and no run need to learn. I mean, I think the team there. Njoba shoot they study Sundowns when the eyes open, but we are aggressive with Sundowns, especially the back. Almost Sundowns got punishing a mistake. So compliment to the coach. Nama players working. Could mangali team there as Egypt. A very difficult situation. Sundowns going forward. Yeah.
There you go. That's Sundowns and Pyramids playing to a 0-0 draw. But that was a fascinating game. I wish many people with aspirations of being coaches, you just sit down and you watch that. You take notes as well. Look, you're facing a giant. You have to find a way to play against that giant. Pyramids were found an effective way of playing. It was not attacking. For the most part, in the second half, maybe the first 20 minutes of the second half, it was in the Pyramids' half. And we felt to go to that's it. Like they're not gonna score. It doesn't look like they're gonna score. But every time Sundowns made mistakes at the back, those players were there. It's just a matter of execution. Fagilake could have had at least 2 goals: the one that he missed by himself, and the one that he did not receive from his teammate. It is good times. World Sports Betting. Thank you for watching us.